Day 49 of the war has been a day of proposals and ceasefires, which is better than fighting, and it's a day of several moving parts. The most important of them at the moment is in Lebanon. When this war began, Hezbollah launched rockets into northern Lebanon, and the Israelis responded by invading southern Lebanon for the third or fourth time in their history. And what they've tried to do, yet again, is to establish a security zone south of the Litani River, driving the Lebanese population out north of the Litani and taking on Hezbollah in this area, which the Israelis intend to make into a secure area to protect their northern borders. Well, that's easier said than done. If you take the example, for instance, of Beit Jabil, and Beit Jabil was the subject of a major battle in 2006, which the Israelis lost, and still, in this war, they haven't taken it. There was Beit Jabil on the 5th of March. There it is yesterday on the 16th of April. You can see, even with a low-resolution satellite, that it's the site of a major series of battles, and the Israelis have surrounded it, but they still haven't taken it. It is still a Hezbollah stronghold. So that fighting will undoubtedly continue. It's not all one way, of course, because in Kiryat Shimona, in northern Israel, that community has suffered 194 rocket alerts just in the last month. And so they feel very, very insecure. And you can see why the Israelis are saying we have to have a security zone which protects places like Kiryat. But now there is a ceasefire lasting for 10 days. And unusually in this war, it's been written down. And one clause in that text attracts my attention. In the text of this ceasefire, it says, Israel shall preserve its right to take all necessary measures in self-defense at any time against planned or imminent or ongoing attacks, which means that if the Israelis feel an attack is about to start, or even that one is planned, that they actually can attack first. And that's written in to a ceasefire deal. I've never seen that in a ceasefire text ever before. But what that tells me is that this ceasefire isn't likely to last for very long. It's extremely shaky, but it's there for a different purpose. Meanwhile, the Al-Qasima Bridge across the Litani River, the most important of all the bridges over the Litani, the one that is closest to the coast, that was hit quite badly by the Israelis. But today, one of the carriageways was opened on the bridge and people have been streaming across it to get back into southern Lebanon. They're advised not to do this by the government in Beirut. They certainly are not welcome as far as the Israelis are concerned. But nevertheless, they're moving across the bridge, moving back into this area, which is a war zone. Meanwhile, the big news of day 49 goes to the Strait of Hormuz, where the Iranian government has said that they will open the straits completely for as long as the ceasefire lasts. Now, that's a smart move on their part. It makes them look reasonable, whereas closing the straits in the first place was very unreasonable. And it gives the Americans an incentive not to start the war again on Wednesday if there isn't a deal by then, which is what they said that they will do. So it piles the pressure on the United States. Hormuz is now open again, thank goodness for that, but it will close again if the Americans relaunch their attack next week. So those are the high politics of the war on day 49. But still, for me, it comes back to the human factor. Think of the Kashmir Bridge again. All those people streaming over it, carrying mattresses on their heads, tables and chairs on the roofs of their cars, everything they can pile on top of their donkeys. They're moving back into an active war zone. But they're doing what people all over the world do when they hear the magic word ceasefire. They try to go home.